this evening was John Spirito. John will be evaluated by Ronit T. Ronit.
John, you have nothing to fear. I thought that was a great title. I had no idea what the speech was about. But John did tell me one thing. He showed me his notes, and he said that he's going to be taking the notes. And this is like 20 pages, PowerPoint presentation. And I was thinking to myself, wow, that's going to be distracting. But he didn't even use them. So congratulations for that. When you started your speech, you went a little bit over time because you talked about your Thanksgiving feast and how excited you were. And I think if you just would have cut that portion out, you would have been just in time and would have been eligible to vote. So just keep that in mind for next time. Then you talked about your fears, needles and the dark. I thought in the beginning it didn't have a proper introduction. I thought maybe if you could have said like a fun or a statistic that said, one fear that most people are afraid of is, and go on to your speech, say a few sentences, it would have made the speech just a little bit stronger. But then you went into a story about your wife and how you were scared of the needles. I wasn't really sure how it correlated with you, like were you stabbed with a needle or were you taking a epidural? But your wife was she in pain? Was she crying? I think maybe you could have expressed a bit more emotion to correlate to the story. And then you said that you're also afraid of the dark. And you didn't really even elaborate on that. Then came the real story, the humor. When you first started talking about your experience, then I started seeing the real John and how comfortable you felt. You made excellent eye contact. You had perfect body language. I mean, you were expressing yourself when you were talking about your coach. Your vocal variety was excellent, on the dot. I mean, you told us a really good story, and I really want to hear your storytelling in future speeches, because I feel like when you talk about yourself and your experiences, we were in the moment feeling like we were following you, and you really give us a visual of what you were trying to convey to us. Perhaps room for recommendation is organize your speech a little bit better. I didn't see the correlation between the needles, the dark, and then the humorous story. I know it kind of tied together at the end when you said, fake it till you make it, and then you tied your story of your college experience, and you ended up with a positive note, but it didn't really tie in with the introduction and the other fears. So I think just with a little bit more organization, the speech would have been better, but congratulations, you did a good job.